Hello there and welcome to our second and final edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. This Tuesday, the 9th day of July 2024. On sign language, it is Senyomo Yusuf and I am Rkidi Kiijanangoma, and we are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. Now, President Yoweri Museveni has met and held discussions with a delegation from Huawei Technologies Uganda at the National Leadership Institute in Kyankwanzi. During the meeting, the Huawei team announced plans to establish a digital village prototype in Uganda. President of Huawei Sub-Saharan Africa region, Hauva Gao, informed the president that the project will demonstrate the transformative power of digital infrastructure in rural communities. Gao highlighted the benefits of the Smart Village initiative, which includes smart classrooms, learning centers, remote diagnosis, and smart PVs for solar at no cost to the Ugandan government. He pointed out that the initiative aligns with Uganda's national strategy for rural development. President Museveni expressed support for the project. Soma Muchala Fuzia, Public Relations Manager of Huawei Technologies Uganda, informed the president that Butaleja district has been identified for the pilot study of the Smart Village. She emphasized the project's potential to contribute to the parish development model PDM by promoting digital transformation and sustainable growth through ICTs. She also noted that the initiative will establish a remote diagnosis system to connect village health centers with national and regional hospitals. Fuzia also outlined Huawei's One Country, One Network, One Cloud, One Platform strategy that aims to inspire further investment and collaboration towards a smarter and more connected Uganda. The Huawei team later handed over to the president a plaque as a symbol of their commitment towards the Digital Village Prototype Initiative. Now, 7 Chinese nationals have been arrested in Luera Wetland for illegal sand mining and dredging of Luera Wetland in an operation mounted by the Environment Protection Unit under the National Environment Management Authority, NEMA, in Luera. 13 Sino-trucks and 4 excavators were also impounded. Now, the operation is part of the wetland restoration exercise, as we hear from Susan Nawonga.
In April 2024, NEMA halted illegal sand mining activities of 4 companies in Luera and tasked them to restore the degraded part of the wetland. The companies included Hisha Duo Company Limited, Lukaya Sand Dealers, also known as Double Q Company, and Seroma Limited, whose license had expired.
These suspects we have arrested today have been doing this work illegally. There is only one company that is still there with a license, but its license is soon expiring.
Lukaya Sand Dealers, also known as Double Q Company, after paying a fine, secretly resumed illegal sand mining instead of restoring the wetland as directed.
Ugandans should know that illegal sand mining in Luera was halted people shouldn't claim approvals anymore.
During the wetland restoration operation, 7 Chinese nationals from Double Q Company were arrested for illegal activities in Lwera wetland. They were taken to Nema before being handed over to police.
Arrested 7 foreign nationals in connection with illegal sand mining in Lwera wetland. And files are being prepared to take these people to the courts of law.
In the same operation, 13 Sinotracs and 4 excavators were also impounded.
Arrangement to transport these equipment to Kampala are being finalized.
In September 2016, the government of Uganda licensed 3 companies, including 2 owned by Chinese investors, to mine sand in Lwera wetland. However, in 2021, the government halted the licensing of sand mining in this wetland, and all expired permits were not renewed.
Today's exercise is part of the nationwide restoration operation. And like I've always been telling you, our offices, all regional offices, are now involved in restoring wetlands across the country.
Lwera wetland drains directly into Lake Victoria, and any illegal and unregulated mining disrupts the ecosystem and also threatens the biodiversity. Susan Aung and Stephen Kalisha reporting for ABC TV.
Meanwhile, residents of Ganda Nasere village in Wakiso district were left in shock following death of one Patrick Mugoya after NEMA marked his house as one of those to be demolished in its current exercise.
The angry-looking crowd was left puzzled after learning about the sad news of the demise of their fellow resident, Ewanu Patrick Mugoya. There was commotion as the irate residents blocked movement between Masanafu and Uganda. According to residents, the late Mugoya was one of those whose house was demolished in NEMA's previous evictions and was again to face the same fate. When the late heard about the news today, he collapsed and died on spot. They accused NEMA of allegedly treating them with an iron hand, especially the vulnerable. The confused residents took the latest body inside his house, but returned and placed it in the middle of the road. They pelted stones on NEMA's enforcement team, thus calling for the enforcement team to respond by firing in the air. Police was called in to rescue the situation that had gone out of hand.
Well, that's what happened earlier in Nasanga. Away from that, officials from Uganda Wildlife Education Center, WEC, have been questioned by members of Parliament on the Committee of Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises, COSASI, why they took long to put in place a sophisticated laboratory to conduct tests that can help in multiplication of animals. While appearing before the committee, the officials said that WEC has only 2 rhinos which have not produced because of being in captivity and seeing each other as brother and sister.
The zoo at Entebbe, which became Uganda Wildlife Education Center in 1994, looks after 312 animals categorized in 74 species. However, the center has a 24-hour surveillance system to protect the animals, especially rhinos, which are highly sought for their horn. Members of the committee were, however, disappointed to hear that WEC only has 2 rhinos which have not produced. The executive director of WEC, Dr. James Musingozi, said they are working out a project to introduce competition among them. The chairman of the committee asked the ED whether they considered applying artificial insemination.
To see whether there is some imbalance that could be causing this as a problem, so that we can then decide to say they will not produce or they will produce. But there is a study that is going on at the moment where we study their fecal material.
Have you considered artificial insemination?
Mr. Chairman, that is the next step. After discovering whether their hormonal balance is okay and they have not developed any cysts that would prevent them from producing.
Why would it take you ages to even think about that?
Need capacity, and recently we are building labs to start doing that. We hadn't gotten a chance and resources to do that, but now the labs are there, so we'll be able to do the hormonal studies.
When did you first ask for facilitation for labs?
Officials were also questioned on why they took many years to think about having a sophisticated laboratory to carry out multiplication of animals.
The laboratory is basic if you are doing any form of science, like in this.
After the new act that gave us the mandate, we've been able to acquire funds through the World Bank Fund to establish a biobank now. We are going to be able to do chemistry analysis. We are going to be able to do culture, which we couldn't do because of the basic lab.
WEC also developed a lion recovery strategy to help in multiplication of the lions, whose number is dwindling from national park day by day because of human-wildlife conflict. The head of lion recovery in WEC estimates that Chidepo is left with between 15 to 10 lions.
They snare other animals, they set traps to trap other animals like the cobs, antelopes, and then the lions fall victim. So many of them have been what? Trapped. But also I think the issue was the prey, the food they eat. They depend on cobs. It is challenging in Chidepo National Park is neighboring countries like Southern Sudan. And these animals don't know the boundaries. So when they cross to the neighboring countries like Southern Sudan, where there's no order, they are killed from there.
And Queen Elizabeth, we have enclaves in there, and there's been a lot of poisoning of the lions when they go into those enclaves and eat maybe people's cattle or goats. So that is one of the issues we have.
Bukimbiri County, Eddie Kwizera, a member of the committee, was concerned about why these continue to appear before the committee as WEC, and yet Parliament in the rationalization bills merged it under Uganda Wildlife Authority.
Instructing institutions whose bills were passed by Parliament and whose contracts were ending by 30th June to extend by 3 months. We have a circular from Ministry of Public Service to that effect. So the board sat and put that into practice by extending our contracts.
Chairman, you see, by this time, when you are going to amend or to phase out that one. The people supposed to go should have got their packages, and they should have left before 1st July. Are you telling me that now the Minister of Public Service have amended without telling Parliament that you can now stay when there's one who told us that you should have gone by 1st July?
I'm Navka Farida and Gloria Gwitavinji in Kampala.
From the August House, let's go to the courts of law, where the Anti-Corruption Court has heard the bail applications of the 3 legislators, Paul Akamba, Michael Mawanda and Mudimi Wamakuyu, and 2 other people over the alleged offences of diversion of public funds and conspiracy to defraud. However, court adjourned the hearing to the 18th of July 2024 for prosecution to reply to the accused application.
3 legislators, including Michael Mawanda of Igara East constituency, Ignatius Wamakuyu Mudimi, Elgon County, and Paul Akamba Busiki County, City Lawyer Julius Kiria Taitankoko, and Leonard Kavundira, the Principal Cooperative Office and the Minister of Finance, have appeared at the Anti-Corruption Court to proceed with the corruption-related cases. The 5 allegedly diverted public funds with conspiracy to defraud over 7.3 billion shillings made for compensation of Biaka Growers Cooperative Society Limited. The case is before Chief Magistrate Joanna Achiro. Through their legal team, the accused asked court for bail.
I've now had adequate time to consult with the 12 persons, and we all have instructions to apply for bail today.
He has been gracious, Your Worship, to serve in that position since 2006. Before court, he has provided his identification of work.
He has a letter dated 8 July 2024 from the chairperson LC1.
They further presented sureties, including members of Parliament Dennis Nyangweso, Derek Kabura, among others, plus submitting land titles and bank statements showcasing their financial stability.
F was passport.
It's called Honorable Wambede. He has availed, is 62 years of age. Our primary teachers at Busuwuzi Primary Teachers College. Busuwuzi Primary Teachers College is a government institution.
However, prosecution led by Edwin Asingwire prayed to court for more time to verify the documents and doing a background check on both the applicants and the sureties.
Where we are supposed to be able to confirm to court about the requirements in application for bail, which we are sure we cannot comfortably say we have done all the background checks, and we are sure, given the short time we have received these documents in court.
The defense lawyers had no objection in prosecution's prayers.
We appreciate the desire of the state to cross-check and verify. But while they do that, they should bear in mind the synchronicity of the accused freedoms.
Chief Magistrate Joanna Achiro adjourned the case to the 18th of July 2024 for further hearing. Prosecution alleges that Mawanda, Wamakuyu, Akamba, Kiria and Kavundira committed the offences between 2019 and 2023. Rebecca Nantongo, Susan Inabugude, UBC News.
Now, prosecution witness, a police officer attached to Jinja Road Police Station, SSP Musede Samuel, has informed court that he was called by the accused, Kakwanza Patricia, and informed him how Henry Katanga had committed suicide by shooting at his home in Mbuya. Now, Musede said that while at Katanga's home, He found him lying down on his bed in the bedroom in a pool of blood with a pistol and cartridges on his bed.
To sit.
High Court Criminal Division in Kampala is hearing the case where Mole Katanga, widow to Henry Katanga, their two daughters, a medical practitioner Tai Charis and George Amanyure, accused in the murder case of Henry Katanga. Prosecution witness, a police officer attached to Jinja Police Station, ASSP Musede Samuel, testified in court that on 2nd November 2023, he got a phone call from the accused, Kakwanza Patricia, informing him that Henry Katanga had committed suicide at his home in Imbuya.
When I reached, they told me they are faced with such a situation. They wanted my advice. My advice was, stop whatever you are doing. And I chased Amanyire away from the room. I took over the room, then I communicated to my immediate boss. When he reached at the scene in Imbuya, he was directed by Kakwanza Patricia to the room where the deceased Henry Katanga was. He found the accused, Tai Charis, at the door where the deceased was, and he was tied with a wire in a pool of blood. There was a pistol on the bed, the main bed. There was a cartridge. Besides the pistol, there was a live bullet outside. The body was placed down on a small mattress, I think 3-inch mattress, which looked to be new. The witness also said in the bedroom there was a pistol and cartridge on the deceased's bed. When Otai took me to where the deceased was, I came and asked who the body was for who. Patricia said that was my dad. Then I asked, where is Mommy? And she told me the incident took place when Mommy was not around. When doctor was explaining to me, there was somebody in the room pouring water. Musede was cross-examined by the defense legal team. Another witness was SP Dr. Muhoeza Julius, who did a medical examination to the accused, Tai Charis and George Amanyire Shamba Boy, on 12th November 2023 at Insambia Medical Center.
And in my findings, he did not have any fresh or recent external physical injuries seen on his body.
SP Dr. Muhoeza told court that the accused were introduced to him by the investigating officer in this case. The witness was also cross-examined by the defense. Before the hearing of the case, Judge Isaac Mwata first ruled and dismissed the defense's prayers, seeking Assistant DPP Samari Wakoli to recuse herself in this matter.
DNA reports and the CCTV reports have already been disclosed to the Defense Counsel. The defense will be at liberty to cross-examine on the said reports to test the veracity of the information stated by the prosecutor in the summary of the case.
Judge Isaac Mwata adjourned the case to 10th July 2024 for further hearing of the case. The accused Mole Katanga, who appeared in court via video conferencing, was further remanded, and the other accused person's bail was extended. Deborah Namamonde, Namtebi Vayora, UBC News.
From the courts of law to the health care sector now, where the Palliative Care Association of Uganda has donated assorted items to 8 government hospital palliative care units to aid cancer patients.
The specific essential medical sundries donated include gloves, adult dyers, cotton among others, handed over by the Executive Director, PCAU, at their head office in Chitende.
Community Health Program.
We have been providing these, and now this would crown us up a number of voices that we have given, in total 13. And what we have given is only little. It cannot be sufficient to cover all the needs of the patients within these hospices, but at least as we commemorate 25 years, we commemorate with the patients in the community.
World Health Organization records show at least 700 of the 3,000 children in Uganda who receive a cancer diagnosis annually go to Uganda Cancer Institute for treatment, majority of whom remain in communities but need palliative care.
We also believe and think that more work needs to be done. We need to have more people, more institutions supporting the work of palliative care, to make sure that we have more people trained to provide palliative care, to make sure that we increase health facilities.
In Uganda, there are 34,008 new cases of cancer every year, of whom Uganda Cancer Institute receives only 20% of these cases. The Executive Director, PCAU, Mark Donald Mwesiga, says there is little access to such resources.
Some of them are not discharged to go home for cure, that they are cured, but some of them go home because their end of life is near. So you find somebody who has been in the hospital, they have been sick, they have been admitted, but now they are being told to leave the hospital to go back home. When they go home, they need some essential things.
In collaboration with the Ministry of Health, PCAU has accredited 230 medical facilities to offer palliative care services, including oral liquid morphine, in 100 districts of Uganda.
Most of this medicine you are talking about for severe pain also tends to be addictive. And so there must be controls to make sure that the people who access this medicine do not actually abuse it.
Palliative Care Association of Uganda, PCAU, is due to commemorate 25 years Silver Jubilee of coordinating and advocating for palliative care in Uganda.
Now, President Yoweri Museveni's battle against corruption has received credible partners, with teachers in Wakiso district intent to instill morals in learners. John Barnes Sentamo reports.
Corruption in Uganda has reached a level of concern, with some circles quoting that the nation loses close to 10 trillion shillings every year. Most of the alleged corrupt are politicians who, after campaigns in which they have injected money, wish to recover it. They thus focus on unethical avenues of recouping that money, with corruption through misuse of funds the #1 area in Uganda. Now, teachers in Wakiso district at Kiijanangoma Primary School have started devising means of addressing corruption tendencies, starting at an early age.
What we actually do here is to train future leaders. But they are not future leaders, they are leaders right now. So we give them this training. We emphasize transparency, responsibility, serving with responsibility and excellence.
When I look at this exercise we are carrying now, I see it is free and fair, actually, compared to our government exercise, similar exercises here. So here I can see it is free and fair. Everybody can vote the person he likes for a certain post. Therefore, I can see there is democracy actually.
Most of what the teachers say has been put into practice during the Kiijanangoma Primary School elections to ensure leaders are elected on merit, to avoid introducing dimensional bribery.
Our aim of this election to reduce on the corruption which is in Uganda. I call upon all teachers from all schools, you lay a good foundation to these children to avoid corruption. We discouraged this business of giving out sweets to their voters so that they can vote them. So no child was giving out those gifts so that they can be elected.
Can you please give a mighty hand clap?
Amanya gange nze Namtebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe
oba makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde, nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyennyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere, weewaawo abafere gye bali, naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanye eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo era ndi musanyufu nnyo. Naye MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo, mwebale nnyo, mwebalire.
Together we're unstoppable. Gold. We all want it. That soft yellow glow of a subdued sun in your hands. That precious polish of elegance. To hold it is one thing, but to taste it is everything else. Relish the satisfying taste of a beer, unmatched in quality, unmatched in consistency, and with 23 Global Gold Awards. A beer unmatched in gold.
Welcome back from that break. Let's have a look now at the latest in business. The Minister for Science, Technology and Innovation, Monica Mstenero, has asked local coffee processors to apply for funds put aside by her ministry to improve the quality of finished products. She says President Yoweri Museveni tasked her to engage farmers on the quality of coffee beans since government no longer sells unprocessed products.
Again here is that you read the documents.
Minister Msenero made the appeal on Coffee Valley Addition while addressing members of Coffee Investment Consortium Uganda meeting held in Kampala.
And then from day one, you are doing the wrong things from what you signed because you're not aware.
Start a company that is adding value and grow that company to become a big brand like Samsung or South Korea that, you know, like Microsoft. There has to be a very strong parenting system. There has to be a very strong mentorship system. So we will be changing what we do with them, just like you change with a growing child, but we are going to work side by side.
The Executive Director of Investment Consortium, Tony Chibuka, committed to ensure all processed coffee products penetrate the world market. He lauded government for its investment in the coffee value chain.
They don't charge the same into the export of the value-added coffees. However, there is need to clearly streamline the export code when it comes to the roasted bean, because some of our partners get to look out for our export code in terms of the roasted coffee segment.
The board secretary, Coffee Investment Consortium, believes that the current coffee production in the country shall enhance economic growth and global ranking in coffee production.
Every district is going to have a factory, every region is going to have a tertiary hub. So we want to go big because the whole of Uganda have capacity to produce coffee.
Muzamil Abwoli of Syndicate Diaries, a beneficiary of the Science and Technology and Innovations Business Support, noted that they have increased production of milk sold on the Ugandan market.
And science, technology and innovation, we realized is the way to go to see that this country can move forward. To get into innovation, science and technology is something that would create a lot of employment.
Richard Chilembeka compiled this report.
We'll take yet another short break, but return with the latest in sports.
In a near 4 decades journey, the National Resistance Movement Party has been leading Uganda's transformation across spectrum. This week, we take stock of the remarkable achievements of NRM in shaping Uganda's destiny. NRM's commitment to human rights and political stability has fostered an environment where civil liberties are respected and every voice matters in shaping Uganda's future. Uganda's economic recovery has been remarkable given the political stability and prevailing security stand. Through strategic policies and investments, such as Emyoga, Bonabagagawale, and the Parish Development Model, Uganda has achieved sustained GDP growth, attracting foreign investment and fostering a conducive environment for business. With initiatives like universal primary education and healthcare reforms, millions of Ugandans have gained access to essential services previously out of reach. Additionally, the NRM's dedication to upholding human rights and ensuring political stability has laid the foundation for a thriving democracy and national unity. As we look back on 38 years of progress under the National Resistance Movement, it's clear that Uganda's journey is just beginning. Let's count and celebrate our achievements. Let's reflect and address our challenges. Let's commit and strive for a brighter future together. All these on your favorite weekly program, Behind the Headlines, this Wednesday.
All on your public broadcaster, UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Welcome back, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. An item on sports news now, and we look at marathon, and organizers of the much acclaimed Taskalite Rwenzori Marathon have partnered with the Rotary Cancer Run purposely to up the ante against an illness that ravages Uganda. John Bansentamu reports.
The Taskalite Rwenzori Marathon and the Rotary Cancer Run have announced a partnership aimed at raising awareness and funds in the fight against cancer.
In terms of financial contribution, that is something that we'll have a conversation internally, then get back to the Rotary team. But for now, it was majorly us having that collaboration, create a working relationship, and then the brand can see how we can further come in terms of financial contribution.
This collaboration brings together two of Uganda's most impactful fitness and health events, uniting their resources and audiences for a common cause.
I know. One of the major objectives of Taskalite Rwenzori Marathon is healthy living. And healthy living helps with actually combating what the Rotary Cancer Run is for.
The Taskalite Rwenzori Marathon is known for promoting health, athlete support, talent discovery and climate change awareness in the Rwenzori region. It joins forces with the Rotary Cancer Run, which has been instrumental in fundraising for cancer treatment and awareness.
The most important thing for us here is that the reason we are doing this is that we totally believe this is a no-compete area. We are not competing. We are in this for the cause as opposed for brand marshals and fighting each other. But above all, we hope that this whole culture of well-being becomes part and parcel in terms of work.
The biggest target from the Cancer Run is to build a world-class treatment plant in Nsambya. For this project, that is expected to be achieved by 2027, close to 9 billion shillings, of which 4 is already available, is required. The Tusker-Light Rwenzori Marathon, which is now a World Athletics certified event, is due on 24th August 2024, while the 13th Rotary Cancer Run will happen a day later. Many that take part in the Tusker-Light Rwenzori Marathon in Kasese will engage in the Cancer Run over the same 5 and 10 kilometers, while the main Cancer Run starts and ends at Kolo Ceremonial Grounds. Statistics in Uganda point to 350,000 people diagnosed annually, with close to 220,000 people dying of several cancer.
John Burns sent more with that story, and that brings us to the end of this second and final edition of News Tonight this Tuesday, the 9th day of July 2024. On sign language, it has been Senyomo Yusuf. I am Edward Rkidi Kiijanangoma, wishing you a blessed night, but I will leave you with Nanteza Gillette with the weather focus for tomorrow. Nanteza.
Areas along Lake Victoria Basin woke up with scattered showers, while elsewhere sunny intervals dominated. Then later on in the afternoon, most areas had thunder showers. My name is Juliet Nanteza with the latest weather forecast from Uganda National Meteorological Authority. When we take a look at the satellite imagery, it shows that we still have a high on South Africa, and this is pulling the rain belt south of the continent. We also have the Kong air mass, and that is enhancing the western region. We also have a spillover from Indian Ocean. In the morning, we expect Central to wake up with light showers in most areas. Eastern, we also expect to wake up with light showers in most areas. The Western stretch, we expect Kasese and Masindi to wake up with light showers. Elsewhere, we expect sunny intervals. In the North, Gulu, we expect to wake up with sunny intervals, and elsewhere, we expect to wake up with light showers. Temperatures in the afternoon are expected to rise to 27, that is for Masaka and Kampala. Elsewhere, we expect a maximum of 28 with light showers. Eastern areas along Lake Victoria Basin, we expect a maximum of 27, and elsewhere, we expect a maximum of 29 with light showers. The western stretch, Kasese towards Masindi, we expect a maximum of 29 and 28. Kabale Highlands, we expect a maximum of 24 with light showers. In the north, we expect a maximum of 29 to 28 in most areas with thunder showers. For some of the world cities, Dubai, we expect a maximum of 45 with sunny intervals, and Nairobi, we expect a maximum of 22 with sunny intervals. Cairo, we expect a maximum of 42 with sunny conditions, and London, we expect a maximum of 23 with cloudy conditions. That's all we had for you from Uganda National Meteorological Authority. Stay tuned and stay blessed.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
In a near 4 decades journey, the National Resistance Movement Party has been leading Uganda's transformation across spectrum. This week, we take stock of the remarkable achievements of NRM in shaping Uganda's destiny. NRM's commitment to human rights and political stability has fostered an environment where civil liberties are respected and every voice matters in shaping Uganda's future. Uganda's economic recovery has been remarkable given the political stability and prevailing security stand. Through strategic policies and investments, such as Emyoga, Bonabagagawale, and the Parish Development Model, Uganda has achieved sustained GDP growth, attracting foreign investment and fostering a conducive environment for business. With initiatives like universal primary education and healthcare reforms, millions of Ugandans have gained access to essential services previously out of reach. Additionally, the NRM's dedication to upholding human rights and ensuring political stability has laid the foundation for a thriving democracy and national unity. As we look back on 38 years of progress under the national resistance movement, it's clear that Uganda's journey is just beginning. Let's count and celebrate our achievements. Let's reflect and address our challenges. Let's commit and strive for a brighter future together. All these on your favorite weekly program, Behind the Headlines, this Wednesday.
All on your public broadcaster, UBC, inspiring Uganda.
This week on UBC.
I was a sickly child, so I don't want to get a sickly child. I was very talkative and I talked at a very early age. So that's the thing that always used to make me stand out. I wasn't very stubborn, but I used to talk a lot. Even when I was in hospital, I recall the doctors reached a point where they didn't want me to go because I was too talkative.
So you are this child who say, "Doctor, my hand is paining, even my leg, even my hair."
I was very talkative and I used to make them my friends.
Somebody who is into culture, someone who is encouraging.
One time we even had a math lecture, it was math. I looked for the, for my classmates, I looked for the lecture room, I couldn't find it. So in my head I was like, probably the lecture had been cancelled. Then I don't know, accidentally I sloped from some place within the university. When I looked through the window, I got to see that my classmates were in that class
and the lecturer
was there, and I was almost, I think the lecture was remaining with 30 minutes to end.
Oh my God.
I'm proud to say, and I'm privileged to say that I'm loved by my village people. Because even the people of Buganda saw it, because they say Buganda was the one that organized the biggest kind of event.
I saw.
Yes.
I saw.
But all of those people came because they knew I was contesting and they wanted to support me. So I'm proud to say that my village people love me as well, as much as I love them. People always know I love home a lot, because if you get to know me, I always say I'm obsessed with God and addicted to my parents.
This weekend on UBC.
Build the medical stores. We have built a staff house in Chiruhura Health Center 4, which is just next to the district headquarters. We have renovated the district headquarter offices, 4 number blocks, plus the council hall.
I'm so delighted with the performance of UPDF. The quality is so impressive.
I'm so contented with the structural bit, the structural integrity of what Engineer Brigade is doing, especially on quality. We have tested everything that we are using here, from steel, from cement, the batches we are going to. So everything is tested and surely it passes.
Salute the Fountain of Honor for the wise decision to involve the engineering brigade in these projects.
They accepted to work with the other civilians, much as they are the ones responsible, but they have brought on board our local people and they are working with them.
Really, this one has exposed us to know what we are capable of doing, and also letting the people, the civilian population and the leaders, to know how much we can be.
To our own observation and what we are seeing on the ground, they are doing a recommendable work.
Coming soon on UBC.
Welcome to Inside Broadcasting.
Sharing with you the process behind what you see on the screens.
My name is Lorene Masika Kazimoto.
Step behind the scenes and witness the magic that brings your daily broadcasts to life.
That's why I come out openly to actually tell you that I'm an investigative journalist. That even when you see me here, I'm actually investigating you guys. So you should be aware about that.
Experience the hustle, the heart, and the human stories of our on and off-air staff.
I see my phone ringing and I'm like, ooh, which number is this? I hear the president on the other line.
The president of the Republic of Uganda.
Of Uganda, yes.
Be inspired, amazed, and part of the journey that powers Uganda's most captivating TV and radio moments.
Because good broadcast comes down to an individual. They should be artistic.
This is Inside Broadcasting.
Inside Broadcasting.
Inside Broadcasting with Mark Wadula.
Coming soon on UBC.
A new dawn on Behind the Headlines with me, Timothy Nyangweso, every Wednesday live in our studios in the heart of Kampala. We have conversations that have analysis, explanation, but not every truth is fact and not every fact is truth. Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
All on your public broadcaster, UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Did you know that our #1 value as a nation is to respect and protect the environment? With the current population increase of Uganda and industrialization, this has increased pressure on the natural resources, resulting into environmental degradation and global warming. Developing countries like Uganda could face 80% of the global climate change effects by the year 2030 if no action is taken. Join us here on UBC TV, Inspiring Uganda, on our Eco Plus program, where we bring you an in-depth analysis of issues that are disastrous to our environment. Every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. only on your loved station, the National Broadcaster.
UBC, Inspiring Uganda.
PDM, changing lives.
Located in the heart of northern Uganda lies Nyoya district, a land steeped in natural beauty and agricultural promise. Here, the government's unwavering support for poultry farming through SACRO groups with the Parish Development Model Funds has piloted in a new era of prosperity.
PDM, Parish Development Model, is an initiative by His Excellency the President, and he has been very passionate about his vision of transforming this society from peasantry to the cash economy. And he believes that the remaining 39% of the population must move away from peasantry to the cash economy. And this is